Right, hopefully you'll be able to hear my voice better since I've got the new app from the Play Store. It's just called Voice Recorder, and since the one that comes on stock, Jelly Bean, is so terrible, I listened to the quality today, and you can hardly hear my voice at all unless you've got your earphones right into your ears, so it's a bit crap. So I did a test before, and it's much better quality. Damn, CyGen mod giving me a dodgy version of Jelly Bean. I did the podcast today with Gavin and Sarah, and it actually went pretty successful. We talked about an hour. We talked for about an hour and 20 minutes about music, hygiene, bad luck, technology of today, and it's just different things. Like, technology of today is very fragile, and the iPhone, if you drop it, it'll stop working. Most iPhones anyway, and like Game Boy Colors, if like Game Boy Colors, I've had my Game Boy Color for about 15 years now, and it's still working, and it's perfect quality. There's no screen indents. There's nothing wrong with it. There was something wrong with it when I took it on holiday. I put it in the sun without knowing. I just put it down on my sunbed, and the sun obviously came round. It was in the shade, but after a while, it just went into the sun, and it started to leave an imprint on the screen, and it's still there, but it's not very visible. You have to put it next to a light to actually see it. So that's why. It went pretty successful. I was a bit worried that we'd get to a subject and then we'd just stop talking about it. But since me and Gavin are in college together, and we would watch. Sorry, I've just got a text. We watch most of the same shows. We do all of that stuff, and we have very friendly banter going. And Sarah, who actually was on the course before, stop texting me. I've just got another text. Sarah was on the course before, and me, Gavin, and Sarah could bounce well off each other. And Steve, our technical advisor, said we should start doing a radio show together, because he's obviously seen us and heard us during class, and we've obviously had very good topics to talk about during class. So that's why I suggested to go on the radio. And Gavin, I already started doing the podcasting thing on YouTube a month ago, and then Gavin came up to me the first week of college saying, "Oh, do you want to do a podcast with a couple of people? It'll just be small. It'll only be of today's events. You could talk about anything. It's not anything specific, and you can talk about it whenever you want, and we'll advance on it, and hopefully we'll digress." And that's which I've just what I've done now. I will be doing a roughly daily blog every day. Hopefully this recorder on my phone will convert straight to MP3 or WMA or WAV file. Because yesterday when I copied the audio file to my computer, the Premiere Pro couldn't recognise it. No program could recognise it unless I got a converter for it. And hopefully this voice recorder will do it in WAV file, MP3 or WMA. So that's what I'm basically doing. I'm here to talk about technology, but as I've ranted on that much, I'll just leave it for tomorrow. Since I'm watching John Bishop later, and I've got a lot of stuff that I can actually talk about, but I've talked about that much that it's going to be about 10 minutes long, so I'll just leave it here. So thanks for listening.